So recently, me and my chat for my live stream right here on YouTube had a little bit of a conversation talking about the banners for the upcoming patch. I thought it was a very good conversation and wanted to just upload it so everyone could kind of hear what we were talking about and get an idea of how the banners are looking this patch. Anyway, here it is. Cheers. So let's talk about these banners. So straight off the bat, we got 2 5-stars that just look very good. We got Hu Tao, who is Hu Tao, right? Hu Tao's always been good. She'll probably always be good. Just a really good single target melee DPS. Like, she just gets the job done, right? Like, she's strong. Then we got the new hotness, right? Like, new guy, looks good, seems good. I think he's going to be alright. What do you guys think about these? Right off the bat, like, before talking about 4-stars, do you guys like, how do you guys like the 5-stars? Like, if you are pulling on any of these right off the hop for, like, Nuvi or Hu Tao, which one do you want? Like, I know I'm going for Nuvolette because I just think he looks cool. I love Nuvolette's design and story so far, and I'm definitely pulling for him. Yeah, I'm absolutely pulling for this guy. But then we look at these 4-stars. And Mooncat says Nuvolette as well. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are excited for the new guy. That's usually how it goes, though. People want the new hotness, right? Then we got the 4-stars. We got Diona. Okay, so Diona, one of the best shield characters that the game has right now. Great shielding, good healing. Her C6 is ridiculous. It's a massive elemental mastery buff. And she's just really efficient. You put her in a lot of different team comps, and she just kind of works, right? You need that healer or, like, defensive slot. She does it. And she does it really well. Hu Tao is not a playstyle I vibe with, but I wish everyone who wants her good luck. Oh, of course. I don't think she vibes with everyone, but she is, like, strong. So, right off the bat, we have a incredible healer right at your front, like, right at the top of this list. Diona, fantastic. And then you got Fischl. Fischl is strong. She does tons of damage, is probably the best off-field electro applier in the game. Like, debatably better than Raiden Shogun for just getting the electro on things. She does so much electro really quickly, and the damage is good. Like, Oz is a absolute powerhouse, and then they also added in that new artifact set this patch, where it's basically her dream set. Like, it is just that off-field turbo Oz damage, and it's just chef's kiss, super good. And again, she's another character that just fits into like 1.5 million team comps. You just need that Electro character for your team comp. She's probably the one. And C6 on Oz is easily the best Dendro applying character. Yeah, you put her with most Dendro characters, and you're laughing. And then we got our final character on this banner. We got Shincho. Shincho is like the best Hydro character in the game. This is not really up for debate, right? Like, the conversation is often Shincho versus Yelan, and look how broken Yelan is. Shincho's in that conversation. Like, unironically. And that's bonkers. My Fischl is C6, and I have yet to build her. There's so many characters to build. That is true. Yelan 4-star, but yeah. He's broken. He's grossly overpowered. His application for Hydro is really fast. His energy recharge and energy generation is stupendous. His damage, very, very high. And he synergizes with, like, one of the best artifact sets in the game, which is the Emblem of Severed Fate. Like, he is good. And again, he fits into, like, 1.5 million teams. Are you doing vape stuff? Use Shincho. You're doing freeze stuff? Use Shincho. You're doing bloom stuff? You're probably using Shincho. Like, these 3 4-stars are some of the most flexible and just good, well-rounded characters. Like, we talked about this before, about Nuvolette's banner. Someone that came into the chat and asked, like, oh, who do you think is going to be on this banner? And I said, well, if you look at the characters that we're due for, and if they want this banner to sell well, and I think they do, because they're putting Hu Tao on it as well, Fischl's going to be there, and Shincho is going to be there. I believe that was my prediction, and it looks like I was right. So this is just a bonkers lineup. Like, you cannot lose on this banner. Like, the worst is you lose the 50-50, but oh no, you got a bunch of Shinchos, Fischls, and Dionas. Oh no! What will you do? Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, this banner is stupendous. It's so good. It's crazy. The boy stands a serious debate against a 5-star, against a lot of 5 stars. Like, Shinsho is in that conversation amongst, like, many, like, other 5-star characters. Like, it's like, well, I could use this character, or I could use Shinsho. And Shinsho wins most of the time. And even when he's in that conversation with Yelan, you know what the conclusion is most of the time? Run them both. You just put them both together. Double the Shinsho. Xing and Yelan even have the same haircut. Yeah, they have the same stupid haircut. This is why you don't cut your own hair, kids. Yes, he's broken, and both of my Diluc and my Hu Tao along with Yelan. Exactly. Like, you put him with your Diluc, you put him with your Hu Tao. You might even put him with your Nouvelette at this point. Like, I don't think it matters. Dude's a monster. I won't say anything about losing 50-50. I can't afford to speak it into existence. Understandable. But then there's another interesting topic here, and that's the weapon banner. So, I don't normally condone weapon banners. I shouldn't say condone, because the weapon banner's always treated me good. We've had this conversation before. The weapon banner likes me quite a bit. But it's hard to recommend it, and here's the thing on this banner. So the 2 weapons are fantastic. Like, there's no arguing Staff of Homa. It's super good. And I want to take a closer look at the Tome of Eternal Flow. I don't really think I can talk about it in detail, due to it not really being out yet, so... Available. It's a crit damage weapon. It gives the same amount of crit damage as Homa. I don't think you need to know anything else about that, do you? Now, it's a bit more... it's a bit fringe. A bit more niche than, say, Homa is. It's not quite as universal, but the thing it's good at, it's very, very good at. First Water Catalyst male. I believe that is the case, yes. But, yeah, no, he's, like, this weapon is so good. Not as universal as, say, Homa is, but if you got this weapon and you were going for the Homa, you're not upset at all. Like, I guarantee it. And then I'm going to look up the other ones now. We can talk about them a little bit, because they haven't talked about the 4 stars in detail, I don't think. Even though this is coming out in a couple days. The new weapons on this banner are pretty interesting. They all kind of have a similar effect, and they're very Healy oriented, but more like Healy as in like changing your health Healy, but not like healing other people, you know? Like, the ability is very interesting. It looks like it's gonna have a lot of like good stuff going for it, and in fact, actually, one of these weapons I think is gonna be a actual best in slot for a 4-star weapon for what's her name? Give me a sec. For, oh my god, why can't I remember her name right now? Dancing Girl. Dancing Sword Health Girl. Help me out here, guys. Dancing Sword Health Girl. What's her name? What's her name? Nilou. Oh my god, Nilou. Thank you. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Yeah, so it's the sword is the sword on this banner is... Wait, is the sword on this banner? It is, right? Hold on. Yeah, the sword is on this banner. That's probably going to be her new best in slot outside of her weapon. She's, it looks really good. And then, you got the couple of Favonius weapons on there, which are always good. The new Claymore is somewhat niche. And the one that catches my attention, and one that I kind of want, it's very niche. Super fringe, but I want to talk about it because I think I know what that bow is there, and I like this bow. The HP Claymore... Who's a Claymore character that really clamors for HP? Well, actually, maybe for Dia, even. It could be a Dia Claymore as well. I want the Saw Claymore. I do as well. But the bow there, if you... you might not recognize that bow. Does anyone here recognize that bow? Yep. That bow, I don't even have to look this one up, I know the name of it. This bow is called Mitternacht Waltz. It's Fischl's bow. It's a very niche bow. It's a very weird bow, but it's a bow that makes a build viable, and the build is not bad. It's Fischl's physical bow. If you ever want to do a machine gun Fischl, that's the bow you probably want for it. Because the toss-up is between that and Rust, but Mitternacht Waltz kind of is in a different category. because it's designed for it. It is literally designed for Fischl to do that. Bro, don't do this? I'll do it. Here's the thing. Hear me out. I'm not recommending you try and get Mitternacht Waltz for your physical Fischl. Let me do that, okay? Let me handle going for Mitternacht Waltz to make physical Fischl. That's my job. You guys understand? Right? We're all on the same page? But, yeah, the weapon banner is kind of good. It's interesting, because we're looking at a bunch of new weapons, a very interesting niche weapon for Fischl, and then a couple of just generically good weapons. Favonius Lance, super good. And I believe that's Favonius Codex as well, also just very good for a number of characters. My god, I want Fischl's weapon so bad. Look, me too. I wanted it for a while, and this might actually be an excuse for me to go for it. Because I want that sword. I kind of want the Claymore, but less so. But I want Mitternacht Waltz. So I want the bow and I want the sword. But yeah, so the weapon banner is interesting. I'm not going to say this is like an absolute overall win, like the other physical, the character banner, but it is interesting. And definitely worth talking about. Physical Ganyu, absolutely not. You all need to stop. You need to stop this immediately. This is bad. Is there any other bow characters that can do a convincing physical build and not feel like an absolute, like, dum-dum for doing so? I don't think so. Not really, but... Oh, it's, interesting, though. The 5-star lineup is super good, and the 4-star lineup is super interesting. So, whether you're pulling for, like, weapons or, like, characters here, I think you're gonna be okay. So, that's just my, like, unfiltered thoughts, more or less, on the current weapons coming out. But, yeah, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to these banners. I plan on doing some rolls. And like I said, do not roll just for Mitternacht Waltz. Let me do that. That's my job, okay? I'll take care of that for y'all.